What is up, you guys? Game Nut here, and welcome back to our connected franchise, man. It has been a very long time since you guys have gotten to see our wide receiver for the Rams play. Yeah, let's make sure we never have that happen to us again for the rest of the season. How about that? So anyways, we're about to jump into week number 14. You guys can see over there on the left-hand side, there are only 4 more regular season games left of this season until we get to the playoffs, or, you know, at least I hope we make it to the playoffs, because this division, man, it's just so neck and neck. I mean, the Seahawks, it's the same story. They're in first place with a 9-3 record. Both us and the Cardinals are behind them by 1 game with an 8-4 record, but anything could happen in these final weeks of the season, because after we play the Falcons this week, our final 3 games are all against our division, which is crazy. So, like, I say if we win all 3 of those games out, we're guaranteed to be in the playoffs. If we win at least 2 of them, we'll have to see how things play out. And if we win 1 of those games, then I'm probably going to be kind of optimistic if we make the playoffs or not. Now, as we take a look at the Falcons season, you know, this isn't like their normal season that they had this year, you know, but they currently have a 3-9 record in our connected franchise, so, you know, playoff hopes are kind of out of the picture for these guys. But I wanted to take a look at how Julio Jones is doing in his season, because, I mean, the Falcons aren't having a good season, so is it because of Julio Jones? I mean, he's got 51 catches, which is, you know, I think kind of low for a guy like Julio, you know, 13 games in at this point, and then we've got 778 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, which is very low. I mean, look at this. I think this is your problem, Falcons. Devin Hester has 7 touchdowns, but Julio only has 4. Like, that just doesn't make any sense at all. So if we compare ourselves with Julio and, you know, see our stats compared against, you know, like one of the best receivers in this league, we've pretty much done better, like, than everything. And then this guy, I mean, we have 80 catches, we got double of the receiving yards. I mean, we have more average yards per game. We've got almost 4 times the touchdowns. I mean, the stats between me and Julio Jones, I mean, like, we're the new Julio Jones of this current NFL season. And you guys have to remember who we currently have at quarterback. And of course, you know, the Falcons do have Matt Ryan at quarterback, which in connected franchise, he's not having a great season. I mean, Jared Goff has more passing yards than this guy right now. But back to what we were looking at with our stats, we had a little over 1,500 receiving yards, and that kind of, you know, caught my interest with the NFL record for receiving yards in a season, which, you know, if we have 4 games left, we're at about 1,500 receiving yards. We just kind of have to average about 100 yards per game to possibly surpass Calvin Johnson as the #1 receiver of all time, you know, as for of receiving yards in one season. So that would definitely be pretty cool if we could do that. Now, last episode, you guys told me what needed to be done to increase my overall, because I've been using my XP and I haven't been seeing an increase in my overall for my receiver. So you guys went out there and told me what stat needs to be increased. And, I mean, it kind of worked. So, you guys told me that awareness was the stat that will increase the overall for my receiver. It was at a 76. I used all of my 11,000 XP and put my awareness up to an 89. And, I mean, we broke the 80 mark at least, man. We're up to an 81 overall wide receiver now. So, here it is, though. 82 overall Falcons with Julio Jones going against the 81 overall Rams.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The playoff chase is very much on as the season winds down, and wouldn't this fella love to make a big play or 2 down the field to possibly bring them 1 step closer to the postseason? It's the Falcons going up against the Rams. With that, let's hand things over to Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 14 matchup.
Larry, we haven't had NFL football in this city for 22 years, but football is back here in Los Angeles. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Rams.
Now, this is not so much of an important game for the Falcons as it is for us, because, I mean, you guys saw it, right? They have a 3-9 record. There is no chance these guys make the playoffs, but for us, with how tight this division is, I mean, we have a pretty good record for the season, you know, let alone what the rest of our division looks like. But, like, because of the way that our division is and it's so neck and neck, like, we kind of have to win from here on out. Like, it's definitely crunch time. So you guys can see first drive we were on defense. We got to sit back and see what the Falcons did. They were not able to put up anything on the offense, which is a good sign. So now as we pick things up back on offense, we have moved down the field. We are currently in the red zone. We're going to, you know, give Todd Gurley a little bit of work, see what this guy can do. I know we couldn't really necessarily see what happened on this play, but he rushed for, okay, I thought that was enough for a first down, but it's now 4th and inches. And oh my God, I don't know who that was, but he just almost ended Todd Gurley's career. That was a big-time hit. So, like I said, that forced a 4th and inches, and of course, we don't have the choice to go for it on 4th down, even when it is 4th and inches, so we just have to sit back and let the computer simulate for us, and you guys can see we did get ourselves a field goal. So, at least we have the lead now, up 3-0. So, now it's time to sit back and watch Mr. Julio Jones get a bunch of catches in one drive. There goes, I think that is his 3rd one in this drive now. The Falcons are going forward, and something to have as a side note, I see Tevin Coleman in the game. I wonder what happened to Devontae Freeman, but on their next drive for the Falcons, they were able to tie up our score and put up a field goal as well. So as we're coming into the second quarter now, we're going to keep going back to this guy, Todd Gurley, see what he is going to be able to do in this game. So far, 7 rushes for 26 yards. You know, it's not the greatest. Obviously, I would like that guy to average a couple bit more than, you know, like 3 yards a carry because he hasn't been the greatest. Now, here we are brought up to a 3rd and 11. I slowed up with my speed, found myself wide open the hole, called for the pass, went for a possession catch, and we were able to get ourselves our first catch of the game as well as a first down, which ultimately led down to a 3rd and 13. Jared Goff did not throw it far enough to pick up a first down, and that was, you know, a 4th down situation. We had the punt. So now, with 1 minute left in the second quarter, the Falcons are back out on offense, and you guys already know this combination of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones is kind of deadly. And speak of the devil, man, Julio Jones gets himself a 10-yard touchdown reception. So the Falcons are now in the lead at 10-3. Now, we did have 40 seconds left until halftime. We tried to get something going, and I just want that wide receiver screen to work so bad, man. We went for it, and could not get blocks from our receivers. That is pretty much how that drive ended with just 1 catch. So we're jumping now into the second half of this game. Late in the third quarter, you guys do see the score is now at 13-3. So the Falcons did end up getting the ball back once again and put up a field goal. But here we go. This is what's going to spark the offense. We go with the play action on 2nd and 8. I think that was our second tight end. Tyler Higbee is his name. That was for a pickup of 40 yards. That is definitely the way that we know. Got to start moving things here to tie up, hopefully, or not tie up, you know, at least get some points on the board. But we go back to Todd Gurley. He's able to pick up the first down as we had a nice little block on that outside cornerback. And then on 3rd and 4, after a few failed attempts with Todd Gurley, I don't even know what Jared Goff was throwing at right there. I mean, you guys could see the ball go out the back of the end zone. We didn't even get a chance for it. So, unfortunately, again, we don't have an option to go for it on 4th down, so we just have to sit here and watch our kicker go for it and put up 3 points. So, at least, you know, we are down by 7. We can, you know, tie this thing up with a touchdown. However, this game looks like it could be coming to an end because the Falcons are at the 8-yard line and should have put up some points. Hold up. Why didn't they? Are you actually kidding me? I thought that this game was going to be over. The Falcons were at the 8-yard line about to put up some points, and that would have put us down by 2 possessions. And I thought with the time we have left in this game, there's no way we can put up 2 scores and come out on top in this game. But Matt Bryant missed a 25-yard field goal. That's less than an extra point, man. We just got a gift from the Madden gods for sure. Now, I believe our 3rd-string tight end just got that reception for a first down. Next play. What a big-time clutch touchdown that we just made, man. I mean, that was definitely a very dangerous pass by Goff, but we just took that ball right out of the hands of that defensive back and made a touchdown out of it, tying this game up at 13 apiece, man. I mean, that was seriously a big-time clutch touchdown for us to make in this game. Now, however, it isn't time to celebrate because the Falcons, unfortunately, did go down the field and put up a field goal, so they are yet again back in the lead by 3 points, and we are under the 2-minute warning at this point. Now, I decided to go back with another wide receiver screen. Still isn't working for us. And oh my God, Jared Goff, what are you doing? That was almost the game right there. Almost intercepted, but now that brings up a 4th and 9. This looks like this is probably going to be it if we don't pick up a first down and make this game into something. But Jared Goff, he finds Todd Gurley. Wow, dude, no way that just happened. On 4th and 9, that was Todd Gurley lined up against Desmond Trufant and just burned him for pretty much the game-winning touchdown, or at least that's what I thought that was going to be, as that puts us up now 19-16, which you guys did just see, right? Our extra point got blocked. Like, are you kidding me? Of all things that need to happen, the extra point got blocked, so that only gave us a 3-point lead, and the Falcons, again, drove down the field and put up another field goal to tie this game up, and we are now going to overtime. Like, this game is just so hectic right now. So this is actually our first overtime game of the season. I'm pretty excited about this. Now, we did win the coin toss. Of course, I'm going to elect to receive the ball because I just want to, end this thing. Now, on 1st and 10, we're going to start things off slow. Let Todd Gurley do his thing and run the ball. See if he can pick up anything. And, hang on. I'll set you the block, Gurley. And Todd Gurley is going to go for a touchdown in one play. Are you actually kidding me, man? No way that just happened. Todd Gurley is the MVP of this game, without question. I mean, the guy got himself a receiving touchdown, a deep one at that, to basically put this game into overtime. And then on the first play in overtime, this dude rushes for an 80-yard game-winning touchdown. Todd Gurley, man, that dude just played his heart out. Now, Jared Goff actually had himself a pretty solid game, went for 260 yards and 2 touchdowns. Todd Gurley, man, 119 rushing yards, averaged about 8 yards a carry with his 1 touchdown. That dude just absolutely won over this game. Now, as for Julio Jones, he actually had himself a very nice game. 10 catches for 129 yards and the 1 touchdown. He definitely beat us in this game. We only had 4 catches for 79 yards and our 1 touchdown. But don't forget about Todd Gurley. He had himself 92 receiving yards as well, with that, crazy good touchdown that put us into overtime. So we got the victory. That's all that we can ask for week in and week out. And this is definitely the most nerve-wracking part after every game, is simulating to the next week to see what happens in our division. Bruh. And this has to be a joke. Like, this is literally the same thing that happens after every single game we play in. This is like 3 weeks in a row. Everybody won again. The Seahawks are still in the lead at 10-3, and both us and the Cardinals are tied at the 9-4 record, behind by 1 game from the Seahawks. Like, you've got to be kidding me, man. But guess what? Next week, we are playing basically for the division. We are about to battle against the Seattle Seahawks, and whoever wins that game is, temporarily going to be in first place of this division. Now, Todd Gurley, just to quickly, a little side note I wanted to show you guys, he did end up getting NFC Offensive Player of the Week. I mean, without a question, he had to get it with that performance he had. So, once again, thank you guys all so much for watching this episode. I hope all of you did enjoy. Next episode, we are going to go back and have a rematch versus Richard Sherman and see who is going to be atop of this division.